to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. I was going to put out my Senior Bowl video on the quarterbacks, because the quarterbacks, that's a spicy competition. Our QB1's probably coming out of the Senior Bowl. Like, ooh. But that video is going to take a little bit more of elbow grease, just in terms of the editing. So you're going to get that tomorrow. And then I'm hoping to get a free agents video for y'all on Sunday. But thank goodness the Goat House decided, hey, you need a video today? Well, I'm going to put out a mock draft, because I know you react to it, and I do. He got me. I do. So what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's go ahead. Do the gosh darn thing. All right. So he goes by 8 by 8 by 8 by 8. So we're going to get a good look at the first 8 picks, and I'm going to talk about them. All right off the bat, I'm going to be all over the place. I'm not going to go, I guess I could go pick by pick, but Jordan Davis, get out the top 10. I'm just going to say that. We'll get to him in a minute. Evan Neal, I think that's kind of my favorite right now for the Jags. Protect T-Law. I don't think you can't go wrong if you go Hutch. You can't go wrong if you go KT. I think either of those options are fine. If they're higher on Ken McWanu, that would be wild. Dan Brugler, he's got him up there. Dan Brugler has him as first overall prospect. Like that dude. Icky saw a huge leap in terms of betting odds. Jumped to 4th. He was like, what? 100 to 1, and now he's like 27 to 1. I don't know. It was wild. But yeah, it's going to be interesting what the Jags can do. I mean, it's not like they're going to be able to trade out of that spot. I think there's a fat chance for any of the top 4 teams to be able to trade out or trade down. I feel like if you're the Giants, you're sitting pretty. Like you I say sitting pretty, but it's like you're going to have to take the top tackle at that spot, presuming with the first 4 picks, 3 of them aren't OTs. So I feel like you're going to have to hold on to that spot, but that could be a pretty trade down area for teams if they fall in love with the quarterback in this class to kind of like jump the Panthers, because we know the Panthers, well, I know they got Sam Darnold and all, but they got to start looking for Sam Darnold's heir apparent, man. He's no spring chicken, man. His best years are behind him. But but yeah, it feels like Panthers are at least likely for QB. I'm sure they fall in love with someone in this class, but we're going pick by pick. We'll go pick by pick, a little more structure. Evan Neal, I like the pick there. Aiden Hutchinson makes a lot of sense to Detroit. Hometown boy, locker room leader, edge rush, high value position, and yeah, probably the number 1 overall pick for a lot of people, or number 1 on their big boards. Kayvon Thibodeau, for a lot of people, he's like 1A, 1B to Hutch in this class. If you're the Houston Texans, you're going best player available. Just continue to add talent to a roster that's doesn't have a lot of it. And then Ikem Ekwonu. I was talking to Jets Central just yesterday about how does he feel Icky fits into the blocking scheme opposed to Charles Cross, because I kind of feel like Charles Cross may be a better fit in a wide zone running game, get a guy that's laterally amazing, that has shown that he's able to like he's shown great balance, being able to just being able to how would you say this, like transfer weight like from like one area to the other, like let's just call it contact balance at this point. Like if a guy like fakes an outside, goes inside, maybe with a spin, a swim, like he's good at transferring that weight. Yeah, I guess contact balance in general. That's probably the word I'm looking for. But Charles Cross, like, he showed good. Like, he was real good this year. Now, Icky, Akem, he's ideal for a play action scheme like LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan. Those are guys that like to use the play action a ton. So it's like, I mean, we've seen Trent Williams, you know, how he's been able to like just not convert, translate to that offensive blocking scheme. It's been wonderful. Some may say he's the best tackle in football. I sure would. So maybe and that's what Jet Central was telling me. And I was like, you know what? Like, that makes sense. Really, you can't go wrong with either. The Giants, OT, your line sucks. Hey, if they took Tyler Linderbaum here, I wouldn't be complaining either. And then the Panthers, QB, listen. If you think there's a quarterback in this class, there's a quarterback available at your pick that you feel right there in your tummy, you feel a little warm inside that, ooh, I think this guy's better than Sam Darnold. You're taking him. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, you gotta, what is it, build the window before you put up the curtains, or you gotta build the house before you put up the curtains, something like that. That's not necessarily true, because you end up building the house and then you realize, well, shoot, I just spent all this money on building a house and I can't afford good curtains. That's what you get. You get this team that's, oh man, there's a lot of good parts around it, and they basically play themselves out of a position to get a top quarterback prospect. You know, you get this team like we've been saying with Denver Broncos, like they might be fortunate enough to, if they don't end up trading for somebody, trading for a quarterback, they might be fortunate enough to get the top quarterback on the board at 9. They might be. But that's not going to happen. Typically, top quarterback is going to go 1, 2, 3. You got to be in the top 5. And, like, I'm just saying, if you like a quarterback, go for him. This is tough. I think this is a tough area to trade down from. Kyle Hamilton, hey, dude. Kyle Hamilton, he's phenomenal at 7. I feel good about him. You know, Peppers a free agent. Logan Ryan, I think he's a good as like this third safety that could come in, occasionally play the slot as well. But again, he's more of this veteran locker room presence. So, but Kyle Hamilton's just a freak, dude. He legit can. I wouldn't blame the Giants if they were like, oh, can't pass on this cat. So honestly, Charles Cross and Kyle Hamilton, those are solid picks. But Jordan Davis, I said it at the beginning. I'm not a fan. Like, I say, listen, Atlanta, your pass rush sucks. Jordan Davis ain't going to help with that. This guy's probably going to be an elite run stuffer. And his pass rushing upside, it's not that great, in my opinion. Listen. Okay, the dude's explosive for a guy his size. But he still didn't get a lot of pressure. You know, he's a work in progress when it comes to that. Will he ever be dominant? I don't know. I don't even think he's a 3-down player. Like, I wouldn't say Derek Brown, Javon Kinlaw, those guys were better prospects, and I wouldn't take them in the top 10. So, I mean, I feel like going to Jabo, Karlaftis. I honestly, if they wanted to go receiver here, I'd be all right with it. That's a high value position, and not to mention defensive interior. It's a low value position. It's not edge. It's not pass rusher. It's not edge. It's not corner. Or offensively, it's not OT. It's not wide receiver. Those being like the highest value positions, not named quarterback. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what else he's got to cook in here. Denver Broncos, Matt Corral. I'm not going to hate on Matt Corral today. If you don't know why I don't like Matt Corral, well, just watch any of the videos I've done for like the last 3 weeks. I've said it there. Just feel like the guy's a day 2 prospect. And even worse, he's not even going to, like, he didn't get a Senior Bowl invite. So, and legit, the Senior Bowl, 6 of the top 7 quarterbacks for a lot of people are at the Senior Bowl. And he's not one of them. So he's not going to be able to go there and really, really try to like compete for this QB1 spot. Like, I feel like, and then getting hurt in the bowl game. Like, there was just so many things. Like, I talk about how a guy like Andrew Booth really ended the year hot and he's going to test out great at the combine. Matt Corral, he's on the opposite end of that. There were questions. He had a good season, got hurt in the bowl game, and then not even being able to go to the Senior Bowl. It's just like, it's not good. There's going to be a lot of recency bias as well. Devin Lloyd. And I noticed this. Goathouse was talking about, hey, man, no one talks about linebacker being position of need for the Jets. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think everyone knows how bad the linebacker position is for the Jets. To be fair, they got some young guys there as well, like with Sherwood and Nazir Ildeen. A couple of guys that were safeties converted to linebackers. I don't know if Devin Lloyd... I'm not going to have Devin Lloyd in this range. I'm going to have a couple of guys higher than Devin Lloyd than that I'd rather take here for the Jets. You could say one of the receivers in this class, whoever you're high on. There's Edge, Karlaftis still on the board. Also, if you notice, no Karlaftis to be found on this page. Wow, he's got the linebackers going high. Nakobe Dean. I like Nakobe Dean a lot, but talk about being Minnesota and really starting off with not a bane. We'll get to that in a sec, but I like Devin Lloyd a lot. Like, the dude's got great length, good short area quickness. He's very effective as pass rusher. Not that the linebackers normally rush a lot for Saleh. So, yeah, I mean, I just think you go for a higher value position, especially picking top 10. Sam Howell, my boy. That's my QB1. To be fair, it's really close. I mean, we'll find out, man. The Senior Bowl is going to be a hell of a shootout. Check out the video I got coming out tomorrow. I'm going to kind of break it down what the battles will look like, because it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, dude, I like Sam Howell a lot. I think he's one of these more up there with Kenny Pickett in terms of guy that's ready to start now, or at least you can start now. Opposed to Matt Corral or Desmond Ridder or Malik Willis. Nakobe Dean, Vikings. Listen, Vikings go in fire sale mode. You know, they kind of like start like a mini rebuild. Yeah, their defense is going to take a lot of hits, but if that's the case, you draft for value. You don't address these low value positions unless, like, of course, this guy's really that high on your big board. But are you going to tell me that he's higher than maybe like Derek Stingley, Ahmad Gardner, David Ajabo, George Karlaftis, heck, Tyler Linderbaum? Like, I don't know. I like Nakobe Dean a lot. I don't know how the NFL will necessarily feel about him. Just 6 foot, 225, a bit undersized. Not crazy length, but he's a guy that you probably wanted a more man-heavy, man coverage scheme. A guy you were like, hey, running back out the backfield, you got him. Hey, tight end, you got him. Hey, that's a big-bodied slot. You got him. That type of I like him in that type of role, especially if you're gonna blitz him quite a bit. He can be a efficient run stuffer too. Like, it's just like at 12. Garrett Wilson, though, going to Cleveland, solid. Everyone's doing this. Everyone's mocking him there. That's wild. It's almost like it's not going to happen. I'm sure, though, the draft's always going to be interesting. It's going to shake down, and no one's going to know how. No one's going to know why. There's going to be those picks in the first round that are like, what the heck? But yeah, Garrett Wilson, everyone's chalking him there. Chalking receiver, Jarvis Landry on the way out. It makes a ton of sense. David Ajabo is a bit interesting. Pairing him up with Dafe Owe, which I think Goathouse might be connecting dots here that have no relation, because they used to be old high school teammates, right? I don't think that's gonna make the Ravens be like, ooh, there we go, let's pair these guys up. They were quite the duo in high school. Like, I mean, if I guess like Ravens are another team that's like they got a lot of like solid spots. If anything, maybe you could upgrade the safety position. Like you could upgrade there. Yeah, there's some few spots you could upgrade. George Karlaftis, I think, is a better fit. As far as like, you got Calais Campbell, free agent. I think Karlaftis actually be a good Derek Wolfe replacement. That'd be type the role I expect him to play. But I mean, you could go with Sauce. Like cornerback depth is always great. Like I don't know. I mean, the NFL, I think there will be some teams that are like real high on Jabba, and we'll see him as top 10 because length, explosiveness, it's scary. I mean, pairing those two up would be terrifying, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. And then the Eagles, Ahmad Gardner, Treylon Burks. I think those are fantastic. That's like ideal there. Derek Stingley still on the board, by the way. That's interesting. But yeah, no, Treylon Burks, man. I think he might be a really good fit for Hurts. So that's probably ideally that's the receiver you want to go with. But I mean, like, because I really think the Eagles, they could take another receiver. I know a lot of Eagles fans are like, oh, we don't want to take one third straight year. But it's like, listen, man, that's like the second most valuable position on offense. Like, look at how, like, just look at the Bengals, right? Having a stupid good receiving core and how much it helps Joe Burrow in spite of his offensive line's deficiencies. You got these guys that can get open quick that are just playmakers. Like, if you got to get rid of the ball pretty quick, then get guys that can get open quick. Or at least these big dudes that are like, you could just be like, go get it. Treylon Burks, he is one of those. But he's crazy speed and physicality. All right, let's roll to the next state. Here we go. Holy moly. Devontae Wyatt. I'm a big Devontae Wyatt guy. I may not like him in the first round. I think he might be the most explosive defensive interior player in this class. Honestly, I should be giving him a little bit more respect, dude. I like this cat a lot. So this be like a Jerry Tillery replacement. I might take Karlaftis if that's the idea. But then Karlaftis is not a guy you want to like have continually go move to like 3 tech, 5 tech. You know, I don't know. That's interesting. I'm not against it. Malik Willis, Saints. I'm starting to buy this a lot now with Sean Payton gone. I'm thinking they're gonna lose a few big contracts this offseason, and I think that'll put them close with the salary cap going up. I think that'll put them close to be in play for like a Kirk Cousins, Jimmy G, if Derek Carr's on the open market. So one of those quarterbacks whose contracts aren't too crazy. Well, I mean, I guess Kirk Cousins, not necessarily, but more so Jimmy G, Derek Carr. But that might, I mean, with Sean Payton gone, is this a rebuild? If so, Malik Willis is one hell of a quarterback to rebuild with. I like Malik Willis a lot. He's a guy I don't want starting from day one. Dude's got to learn how to play the quarterback position. You might be like, a quarterback that needs to learn how to play the quarterback position. He needs to learn how to play in structure, but we've seen how important that mobility, that escapability, extended plays with your legs is. It's just next level when you got guys like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. So Malik Willis, a guy who has improved a lot in terms of his throwing motion, more so his mechanics, lower body mechanics, setting his feet, the accuracy. He's got accuracy. He's got good ball placement. I want to see better decision making. Wow. Say I want to see better decision making. I guess in practice, I don't want this guy starting early, but we need to see that. It's just a mental aspect from him. and be able to sit in a pocket. To be fair, at Liberty, he wasn't really given a lot of time to throw anyway, but still something could improve upon. George Karlaftis feels like an Eagle. They go edge. I mean, they honestly, like, they could go a lot of different ways, but they get corner, they get edge, they get wide receiver. You could say they could have gone linebacker, but linebackers essentially were off the board. Except for Christian Harris. Holy freaking moly. I guess we'll get to him in a minute. This is a very interesting mock. Carson Strong. Listen, if everything checks out well with the knee, I think you see this guy in the first round. Like, as a passer, he probably has one of the best arms in the class, quickest release in the class, guy that can make all throws. The dude processes the field pretty darn well. Pocket presence, I don't think it's that great. Like, the dude can maneuver a pocket, but he has that Carson Wentz sense of pressure. Like, he's ditching the pocket before pressure even arrives. Like, there's not even a sign on the horizon. I can't see it. There's no pressure to be had, but he's feeling it anyway. Like, it's that type of pocket presence. But yeah, again, everything needs to check out with the knee as well. And we do know the Steelers need a quarterback. This is interesting. Christian Harris. I know he blew up in the he had won a heck of a national championship. That's a great note to end the season on. The dude is a pretty sure tackler, great athlete. I think in coverage, it's a bit, what you doing there, bud? So it's like, do we have a Tremaine Edmonds on our hands, a guy who's consistently out of position, don't matter how athletic you are, he's just late to the play and just finding himself out of position. But the Christian Harris is a good blitzer, so like if you're going to use him like maybe like a Jamie Collins, be like, hey, you're going to be a guy you're going to be blitzing quite a bit. Potentially. I still feel better about him as a second rounder. So, Derek Stingley. I think Goat House said it with the ankle issues. If that's the case, then he could see a Caleb Farley-esque drop. And if that's the case, like the Raiders, scoop that boy up. Because it's not like the ankle issues are as serious as what Caleb Farley was dealing with. We were talking about degenerate. I think it's degenerate. I don't know. Words escape me. But long-term potential type of injuries to his back and whatnot. So I think a bit more serious because I think he's going to check out A-OK. Roger McCreary going to the Cards. You can make I like Andrew Booth a little bit better just because the dude is pretty freaky as an athlete, but McCreary is pretty darn good. So I like the idea of the Cardinals just going corner, unless they fall in love with one of these edge guys. But Kenyon Green. I like Kenyon Green to Dallas. I think it's good value. Kenyon Green's a top 20 guy for me. It's a shame that he doesn't get enough recognition. I think he's got the movement skills to play tackle. And you already know the dude can play guard at a high level if things don't work out there. So, I don't know. This is great value for him. I'm trying to think who's left on the board at this point. Because I don't think we saw Kenny Pickett, did we? No. Kenny Pickett went to the Panthers. What am I saying? The quarterback we haven't. Well, we saw. Oh, it's Desmond Ridder. That's the quarterback we haven't seen. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, I get you. I'm not high on Desmond Ridder either. I'm a lot higher now on Desmond Ridder than I was in the past, to be fair. I mean, I always saw him as like this third round, late day 2 guy. And I've bumped him up to like a second round grade. Because dude did improve in aspects this year, like in parts this year. And I thought in the playoff games, that cat, like he made some impressive throws. They just ended up being dropped. But again, yes, the accuracy, he is a bit wild when it comes to his accuracy. That's just something I can't get around, I guess we move on to the final 8 picks here. Let's see what you got. Trent McDuffie, perfect fit for Sean McDermott. I like it. Jameson Williams, Tennessee. I like that. I like the idea of getting someone that can stretch the field vertically to pair up with A.J. Brown and Julio. Chris Olave for Tampa Bay. Listen, we all know AB, he long gone. Chris Godwin, he's likely to be gone, being coming off the franchise tag. So getting an elite separator like Chris Olave, one of the best in this class, I think Tom Brady would appreciate that. Berhard Ryman going to the I almost said Giants. Packers. There we go. Yeah, I like this. This just guy for the future, Or hey man, you might end up starting him right tackle from day one. Like the dude's pretty darn athletic. Big fan. And keep in mind he just started learning the tackle position 2 years ago. And he's been stellar. I think he's going to put out a good showing at the Senior Bowl. Oh, yeah, I forgot Tyler Linderbaum was still on the board. I don't think he's fallen this far. It's not happening. But the Bengals would be ecstatic because their interior is not doing so hot. The Dolphins, I would have loved Drake London. Why couldn't you give us Drake London? Listen, Trevor Pennant's fine. I still like the idea of them just getting some firepower in this draft, getting some playmakers. But if you're getting Trevor Pennant, you don't start that guy right away. That's just what the Dolphins have been doing, and it's like you wonder, we can't get a fair evaluation of Tua because your offensive line sucks so bad. You're running RPO 6? I think it was like close to 50% of the time, which was the highest of the NFL by like 15%. So bring in some vets this year, get that line back towards at least average, and see what Tua can do, and then make a decision on if you need to go quarterback or not next year. Drake London, good fit for the Lions. Him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they get to be reunited. It's beautiful. Andrew Booth, I don't think he falls this far. I think the NFL is going to be pretty high on him after he tests out. Again, ended the year hot too. Recency bias, man, it's a thing. But yeah, no, I don't mind the Chiefs going there. They do have some free agents there at the corner position. You can make a case for safety too with Honey Badger being a free agent. I still think pass rush is by far the biggest need on the defense. Melvin Ingram, hey dude, even if they bring him back, dude's what? How old are you, Mr. Ingram? Feels like you've been tearing up the league for for over a decade now. $32. So yeah, honestly, he might have like another year or two of legit playing him, Like I'm talking legit playing him. But still, I don't trust Frank Clark, dude. Dude's never played up to his contract. He goes on streaks where he's real hot. It's like, that's the guy we thought we were signing. And then it's like he just disappears. It's like, Frank, where are you, Frank? Not in the backfield. So, I mean, they got a few, some rotation options there, like Mike Dana and such. But still, I think pass rush is huge need. Who didn't go in this round? I mean, Jahan Dotson. But I mean, do we really think there's all these receivers are going to go in the first round? It wouldn't surprise me. 5 sounds like a safe number. Could be 6. I think a guy like George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, they could sneak into the first round. A lot of edge talent, man. It's a lot of edge talent still left on the board because you got guys like Trevon Walker. We got Myjah Sanders, Kingsley Enagbare, Nick Benito, Drake Jackson, Jermaine Johnson. Oh man, I could see a run in the second round on those guys. Then trying to think. Didn't Kyer Elam? Why is Kyer Elam always falling out of the first round? Dude's got great late. I think the NFL's really gonna like Kyer. I think he goes first. Leonard Mom, man, yeah. Overall, this mock was interesting. Like, linebackers flew off the board. I don't see that happening. Like, linebacker's been a tough position for the NFL to evaluate accurately. Like, even Devin White seemed like this just drafted him so high, and then it's like, oh, jeez, dude, this guy, he gets blown up in coverage. But, I mean, like, early on in his career, just looked lost, was a missed tackle machine, and now he's become this great blitzer, this legit playmaker, creates turnovers, but he will occasionally, give up, like, have a blown coverage, but still that playmaking ability. And then you got guys like Devin Bush, who it's like smaller guy, he's going to be great in coverage, and honestly, they should be using him more as a blitzer. He's so good as a blitzer, but it just hasn't really turned out well for the Steelers. He's also been hurt a ton. You got Jordan Brooks. I don't know. Seahawks fans are going to be like, oh, he's wonderful, because they only look at the tackle numbers. But, like, he's all right, but would you say he's even first-round worthy? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not like we got a Micah Parsons in this class. I don't care what people try to tell you about Devin Lloyd. He is still, like, 10 pounds lighter than Micah Parsons, and nowhere near the athlete that Micah Parsons was. He was a freak. And Nakobe Dean, he's got his own concerns. So I think it's just interesting linebackers went off the board so quick, so early. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Be on the look for that Senior Bowl quarterback breakdown tomorrow. I'm going to have a ton of fun. But until next time, you be easy, my friends.